Hello, welcome to my class today. We are going to learn about data transmission, so please stay tuned and let's move on. Let's look at the objective of our lesson today. At the end of today's lesson, you should be able to understand data transmission mode, distinguish between simplex, half-duplex, and full-duplex transmission mode, discuss the factors that affect data transmission. So please stay tuned, let's move on. When you talk of transmission mode, what do you mean by that? Transmission mode represents the direction of the movement of data from one connecting device to another device. It communicates the order of signal movement between the two devices. So let's take the first one for example, which is the simplest mode. When you talk of the simplest mode, in this mode, transmission is made or information is sent through one direction only, which is also known as unidirectional. This means that the information is sent by one device through the channel and not both. So you look at the diagram over here, you will see one device being the sender and the other being the receiver. So this is the channel through which information is sent, but not this way. So you could say the other way is terminated. So let's look at some of the examples or real life examples of this mode of transmission, which is the simplest mode. One is radio broadcasting. The other one is television broadcasting, computer to printer, fire alarm system, loudspeaker, and so many more. Let's get to another mode, which is the half-duplex. In half-duplex mode, both communication ends can transmit data but not at the same time. So this means that while one device is sending, the other device can only receive, and vice versa. So you look at the diagram over here, this is one device, this is the other device. So you can see that when this device is sending information, this one can only receive, or when this one is sending, this one can only receive. So let's look at some of the real life examples of half-duplex communication mode. One includes walkie-talkie. Another one, a two-way radio that has a push-to-talk button. Browsing the internet is another one, which is you ask for a request and so many responses are given you. Let's move on to the full duplex. A full duplex mode allows communicating devices to transmit information simultaneously, unlike the half duplex. When you say simultaneously, can transmit so many information. This one can send, the other one too can send. So one of the device does not have to wait for the other before replying. This means that there is no delay in communication. So some real life example of this full duplex communication include the video calls we'll be making, the audio calls. These are examples of full duplex. So we learned about the simplest duplex, the simplest mode of transmission data, the half duplex, the full duplex. So let's box on to some of the factors that affect data transmission. There are so many several factors that affect data transmission, but we're going to box on or look into just two, which is the bandwidth and the protocol. When we talk of the bandwidth is a measurement of the capacity of communication channel. Effectively, it means how much information can be moved across communicating channel in a given amount of time. For example, to transmit text document, a slow bandwidth may be required. But if you are transmitting videos or audios, to effectively do this, you need a wider bandwidth. So this talks about the bandwidth, which being a factor that affects data transmission. Let's move on to the second one, which is protocol. For data transmission to be successful, sending and receiving device must follow a set of communication rules for the exchange of information. These rules for exchanging data between computers are known as what? Protocols. So protocol means the rules for exchanging data between computers. So we have HTTPS, as we all know, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. It is widely used to protect the transfer of sensitive information, and also the Internet Protocol, which is another one, that's the IP. This essential feature of this protocol involves identifying, sending and receiving devices and breaking information into small transmission across the internet. I hope you've learned something today. We learnt about transmission mode, simplest mode of transmission, half duplex, the full duplex, and some of the factors that affect data transmission being the bandwidth, the protocol. Let's box on and see whether we can be able to answer these questions. These are some of the self-assessment questions. I hope this shouldn't be difficult for you to answer. Question 1. Transmission mode control the direction flow of signals, or the direction of signal flow. A, true. B, false. I know you never get this one wrong. Let's get to question 2. Which of the following is not a type of transmission mode? We have the physical being A, B, simplest, C, full duplex, D, half duplex. I hope you know the right answer to choose, because these are something very simple we just gone through. Thank you for listening to my presentation.